Hey guys, Josh from CaliforniaThroughMyLens.com. Today we're in Giant Sequoia National Monument, hiking the Trail of 100 Giants. The Trail of 100 Giants is one of the premier redwood groves in Sequoia National Forest, not to be confused with Sequoia National Park. The trail is about 45 minutes from the town of Kernville, and the road to it is closed in the winter. After arriving and paying the $10 fee, you can cross the road and explore the grove, which features many large trees, some of which are estimated to be over 1,500 years old. The 1-mile trail takes you through the grove to get up close to the over 120 giant sequoias that are over 10 feet in diameter. This grove was dedicated by President Clinton in 2000 at the base of this tree, which they say is 2,000 years old. In April of 2000, President Clinton created Giant Sequoia National Monument in front of what is now known as the Proclamation Tree, which is easily the most impressive tree in this grove. This grove is really peaceful to explore since it's pretty out of the way and doesn't have the crowds like the national park does. There's a junction here. You can go back to the campground, but we're staying on the main trail. Pops is trying to figure out how to use the map right now. Find that sequoia. The map that's located all over the trail gives you locations for many of the different sequoias, and the trail is really easy to follow with benches to relax at and a clear path leading you through the meadows and the trees. This is a really beautiful trail. There's so many giant trees, it's well maintained, and there's no people. Alright, so these two trees that are fallen over, apparently they fell over in 2011 and somebody was here and caught the whole thing and posted it to YouTube. So I'll link to the YouTube video in the description if I can find it. Also, there's a sign that says "Killer Tree, watch out." Check out this fallen tree and its gigantic stump. So here is the stump, and then here's the tree way back there. During this part of the trail, you'll notice there are two sequoias that fell back in 2011. Then, after the boardwalk was constructed, another sequoia fell on it in 2019. There's a video I linked in the description that shows a short clip of one of the sequoias actually falling. There's no signs around that boardwalk damaged area, so we're just trying to follow the footsteps and get around it. There's the boardwalk part that the tree fell on, so we've made it back to the other side now. Apparently they call this one the Giant Maze. Pretty easy to see why. So we made it halfway. Now we're going to the Fallen Giant Loop. This whole loop is 1.3 miles in length, plus it's paved and wheelchair accessible other than the part where the tree fell on the trail, but there is another way around that on a different part of the trail. I feel like you don't see a lot of these trees with the arms like that. It's pretty cool. This tree has the longest circumference of any tree in the grove. It's 70 feet circumference. This is the only fallen giant we've seen along Fallen Giant Loop. The sign read that early settlers were excited to find these trees because of how much wood they could get from them, but unfortunately the wood is really brittle, and so they ended up not using them for houses but for the shingles on their roof. It looks like there was a fire or something because there's lots of these piles of cut up wood everywhere along this trail. And these are brand new sequoia trees right here, planted by the Forest Service.
Come back and see them in 100 years.
Like 1,000 years, right? This tree is 1 year old. That tree over there is 1,000 years old. Just more and more big trees. No complaints.
This tree is described as having a natural bench that grew out the side of it here.
We made it back to the last junction. That goes to another parking lot, but we're gonna take the meadow trail back to where we started. After completing the Fallen Giant loop, you can make your way back to the parking area. This is a great grove to explore, and definitely check it out if you're in the area. Thanks for hiking the Trail of 100 Giants with us. You can find all my favorite redwood groves in the description, and we'll see you on the next video.